Good day to everybody. And is your host, Brother Manut. And today I'll be teaching on dreams interpretation, how to interpret your dreams. In our previous video, in my previous session, I've been able to establish to you that dreams are one way through which God speaks to everybody, through which God speaks to his people, and even to the world at large. And if you take a look at the world today, the sewing machine that is being used today is being developed from an idea in a dream. Ella has always discovered the modern sewing machine through a dream. Google, the idea behind Google itself is from a dream. The now I can't remember what was the owner of Google. What was his name? I think Larry. I can't remember his name. He also developed the idea for Google through a dream he had, and from the dream he discovered in the dream that he could put all the web together in a single platform and give them a kind of a ranking system. So when you take a look at Google, you take a look at the bottom, you see the ranking system. The algorithm idea, the whole idea for Google came from a dream. Also, Abraham Lincoln, the one-time president of America, before he was assassinated, he had a dream that he died in a dream. It was also a dream. So dreams are one way by which God speaks to people. If truly God is the same today, yesterday, if it's true that indeed that God is the same yesterday, today, and forever, God will always speaks to us in dream, because he has spoken to people in dreams yesterday. He is still speaking to people in dreams today, and will always keep speaking to people in dreams. Now, my opening scripture for the last teaching is Job 33 verse 14. I would like to read from the New Living Translation. It says, "For God speak again and again. God will speak to you again and again. And if God sees that you are not listening, then God will come to you in dreams." That is verse 15. "In vision of the night, when deep sleep falls on men as they lie on their bed, he opened their ears in times like that and give them wisdom and instruction." So from Job 33, 14, 15, we can see that God speaks to us again and again in various ways. He speak. But if God says that you are not listening, when you go to bed at night, when your body is asleep, God will come to you and give you dreams, to instruct you, to give you wisdom. So if you want to understand the series of dream, go to my previous to my link in YouTube and check the previous video, so you can really understand what dream is. Now, if God has said in his word, he said, "I will never leave you nor forsake you." That is in the word. He said, "I will not leave you and I will not forsake you." If indeed God will not truly leave us nor forsake us. God also said in Psalm 32 verse 8, he said, "I will instruct you and teach you in the way that you should go." Even this God is giving us this assurance that he's going to give us instruction. He said it in Psalm 32 verse 8. He said he's going to give us instruction. He said he's going to teach us in the way that we should go. If truly God has promised to teach us, to instruct, to give us instruction, then truly God will do that through a medium. And dream is just one way by which God gives us instruction, by which God gives us wisdom, by which God teaches us what to do and how to do it. So for the sake of this teaching, I would like to just teach you on how to understand your dreams. So I'll be taking a look at 7 pinpoint. I'll pinpoint 7 ways by which you can understand a dream. Now, before I proceed, I want to take a look at Numbers. Let's take a look at Numbers chapter 12 verse 6. No, and he said, and God said, "Hear my words. If there be a prophet among you, I the Lord will make myself known unto him in a vision. I will speak unto him in a dream." You can see God is telling you, if there's a prophet among you, I will make myself known to that prophet in a vision, and I will speak to that prophet in dreams. He said, "My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all of my house." That is verse 7. In verse 8 he said, "With Moses will I speak mouth to mouth, even clearly, and not in dark species. Now you can see dreams are categorized as dreams are in the realm of dark species. And what is dark species? Dark species are coded speech. Dark speech are coded way by which God speaks. They are not clear. They need to be interpreted. Just like parables, riddles, dreams, puzzle, enigma. These are the ways that God speaks, and they are classified as dark species because they are covered. They are coded message and needs to be interpreted to know the meaning. So we can see that dreams are in the realms of dark species. Just like for instance, in our day-to-day life, there are symbols and signs that communicate to us certain meaning. For instance, if you go to any place, maybe a filling station, or fast food, or any public space, if you want to use the restroom, you see that there's always a symbol that signifies that this is a male restroom, this is a female restroom. Automatically, you don't need anyone to tell you. You just know that this, by looking at that sign, you know that this is a male restroom. You know that this is a female restroom. That's the way dreams work. Dreams are signs. Dreams are symbols. Dream uses signs and symbols. It uses figures. It uses images to declare the thoughts of God to you. So just like for instance, if you are living within Lagos in any major cities, you know that there are traffic lights, and in traffic lights you have the red, which is always at the top. You have the amber, which is the orange, and you have the down part, which is the green. Once you are driving and you see the red sign is telling you, without anybody telling you, the red signifies that you stop. The amber sign, which is the orange sign, is telling you get ready to stop, and the green sign indicates keep moving. That's the way dreams works. Dreams are also signs. God speaking to you through signs. If you also go to if you're also driving, let me still use driving. I'm very familiar with driving. So if you're driving on the road, you see zebra crossing. Once you see people standing beside a zebra crossing, as a driver, you're meant to stop and let the people cross, and that is also a sign. So dreams work like that. If you take a look at Jeremiah verse 29, it says, "For I know the thought I think toward you, says the Lord, thought of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end." So God uses dark species in dreams, the use of symbols, signs, figures, emotions to communicate his thoughts to us. God is telling us, I know the thought that I have towards you. I know the thoughts that I have, that I think towards you. That is Jeremiah 29:11. So dreams are just one way that we God express his thoughts to us. Just like in our day-to-day lives, if you take a look, there are various things that are giving you signs. If you are walking on the road, there are road signs on the road. They call them road publishers, that give you signs that communicate to you louder than voice. So now let me start from one. The first I want to give to you is every dream has its meaning. Every dream that God gives to you has its meaning, and it has its peculiar meaning to you. Now a lot of people are guilty of this. When they go to bed and maybe see a dream, the first thing they do when they wake up in the morning, they go to Google, or they go to chat GPT, or go to AI and type, "I had a dream that I bought a car," and AI will just give you one interpretation or so. No, you are not meant to go to AI or Google. Dream dictionary, Google, AI is useless when it comes to you interpreting your dream, because every dream has a meaning, and the meaning is peculiar to the one having that dream. Now let's take a look at Genesis 40, chapter 45, verse 5. While they were in prison, that is Pharaoh, cupbearer, and baker, each had a dream one night, and each dream had its own meaning. That is, every dream that you are going to have, every dream that God gives to you has its own meaning. You are not meant to go to the internet to see someone that had that same dream and try to get interpretation on it. No, you get interpretation based on the things that you are facing in your current life, in your current waking life. If for an instant I'm facing it, if I have a dream last night, for an instant, it's not right for me to go to Google or AI to seek interpretation, because I'm dealing with a different scenario. I'm dealing with a different situation in my life that Google or ChatGPT doesn't really understand, doesn't even know. I understand the things that I'm facing in life. I understand the scenario that I'm facing in life. So every dream that God gives to you has its own meaning. The meaning is encoded in the dreams that you have. So it is not right for you to compare dreams. That maybe someone had the dream last year, it means the same things to me. No, God might be communicating a different thought to you because you are facing a different thing. So God is communicating a different thought to you in dreams that is quite different from another person that had that same dreams. So the first thing you must know, that every dream has its own meaning, and the meaning is hidden within the dreams. That is one. Every dream has its peculiar meaning. Number two, you must understand the dream for you to interpret it. First and foremost, you have to understand dream, the realms of dream, before you can seek to interpret it. You must understand it for you to interpret it. Now, a lot of people will say, they had a dream, the devil gave them a dream. There is nowhere written in the Bible that the devil gave a person a dream. Read from Genesis to Revelation. The devil doesn't have the power to give you dreams. If truly the devil is likened to a thief in the night. The devil comes to kill, to steal, and to destroy. So if the devil truly is coming to kill, to steal, and to destroy, is he going to blow you an alarm, bam, bam, that I'm coming to destroy you? No. Even dreams, devil doesn't have the power to produce dreams to you. When King Pharaoh was asking Joseph that you could interpret dreams, Joseph said, God will give you the interpretation of your dream. That means if God alone can give you the interpretation of a dream, that means the dream is from God. There is nowhere written in the Bible for us to think or believe that dreams are from the devil. The devil doesn't have the power to give you a dream. So you must understand the second point. You must understand the dream enough for you to interpret it. For you to go into interpreting a dream, you must first and foremost understand it. And understanding a dream is a skill. It's a skill that can be learned. So now let's take a look at Genesis chapter 41 verse 15. And Pharaoh said to Joseph, I have dreamed a dream, and there is none that can interpret it. And I have heard of you that you can understand a dream to interpret it. So what Joseph does is he understands a dream first to interpret it. So you take a look at the way he understood the dream of Pharaoh. 7 cows, fat cows, came from the river Nile, from the river, and they were feeding on the grass. Then another 17 cows comes from the same river, and they were also eating, making it 14. Then all of a sudden, the 17 cows swallowed the 7 fat cows, and that was the end of the dream. You can see God is using the symbol of those days to communicate to Pharaoh. So what Joseph did was just simple. He understood the dream first to be able to interpret it to Pharaoh. In those days, cow, the water means abundant. Water is the way by which irrigation and agriculture occurs. So the cow coming out, cow signifies the symbol of agriculture in the days of Pharaoh. Even the god they have in the form of cow is the god of agriculture. It's a symbol of agriculture to them. So the cow coming from the The 7 fat cow coming from the water signifies 7 years of agricultural abundance. So the next one coming is after that 7 years of abundance of agricultural agricultural produce. Then they have another 7 years, that is farming, another 7 years. And the mystery of Joseph understanding the dream is the 17 cows swallowed the 7 fat cows. That is, the 7 next famine will be very severe, to the extent that people will not even remember the 7 years of abundance. That is the symbol of the 17 cows swallowing the 7 fat cows. That you can see, it requires skills. It requires understanding for you to understand the dream. You must first and foremost understand the signs in the dream. What are the signs in the dream? What are the symbols? What are the emotions? What did you feel when you were in the dream? Were you happy? Were you sad? Were you scared? Were you full of joy? What are the figures? What are the things you saw in the dream? All this put together will enable you to understand the dream, to be able to understand the dream, to be able to interpret it. You can never interpret the dream unless you first understand that dream. So you must first understand the symbols given in the dream, how God expresses thoughts to you in signs and in symbols. So understanding this thing will enable you. It will enable you to understand the dream. Now let's take a look at the next one. Understanding dream. You can also understand dream by the task that is at hand. That is, if you take a look at Ecclesiastes, book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, verse 3. No, chapter 3, verse 8. Am I right? No, chapter 8. I don't know, where did I write this? Ecclesiastes 8:3 or 3 verse 8. It says, Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verse 3, for a dream cometh through the multitude of business. So if you have a tax at hand, business is like a tax. If you have a tax at hand, God is going to give you a dream. When Elias Owi wanted to discover the sewing machine, he keeps working in his factory every day, putting some different things together. He was trying to understand how this sewing machine works. So he was trying every day. So in the course of him trying to invent the sewing machine, to innovate the sewing machine, he went to bed at night, then had a dream. So the third way is God. You can understand dream by the task that is at hand, by the multitude of the business that you have. So now, for instance, the CEO of Google, is it Larry? I can't remember his name now. When he was doing his master's program, was it master's or PhD at the Stanford University, he had this desire to create like a search engine, which is now known as Google. Then he preoccupied himself with this desire to just create this search engine. So he went to bed. When he went to bed, he saw the algorithm. That is like the algorithm that is required for him to build the idea, the idea behind Google. He saw it in a dream. So that's also another way you can understand the dream. God will give you a dream if you have a task at hand. Also, on the other hand, God will also give you a dream when He has an assignment or a task for you. For instance, when God is calling Joseph to become the prime minister of Egypt, God gave him 2 dreams. And that's also one way by which God calls you to something. God will give you, if God gives you a task, He's going to give you instruction and wisdom concerning the task, and it will come to you in a dream. That's why they always ask children, what do you aspire to be when you grow up? They say, when I grow up, I want to be a doctor. When I grow up, I want to be a lawyer. When I grow up, I want to be a politician. When I grow up, I want to be a computer scientist. So these are dreams. Dreams are given when there is a task at hand. So it will instruct you and give you wisdom concerning the task that is at hand. Now let's take a look at number 4. The fourth way to understand dream. Our life is dream, just as like I said. That's why they always have children. What do you aspire to be? What do you dream? What is your dream in life? That question always sounds funny to me when someone asks you, like, what is your dream in life? What do you dream to become in life? Some people will say, I want to be the richest man in the world. Wow, what a dream. So what do you do? How do you become the richest man in the world? That is when instructions and wisdom comes. So our dream, our life is a dream. So one way to understand dream is to place your dream. Let's suppose you had a dream that someone is chasing you in the night, in the dream. One thing to do is to bring that dream into your waking life and put it in the center of your life. Now, if you are awake and someone is chasing you, what does it mean to you? What is after you? What are you running away from? Those are the nudges to understand the dream. What are you running away from? Are you running away from making a major decision in your life? Maybe you need to get married and you're running away from it. You need to face it than running from it. Maybe you need to do something and you are running from it. God is teaching you, God is telling you, you are running away from this. You need to stand and face it. Maybe you're having a dream. Maybe you had a dream of a car. Maybe you're driving in your dream and your car had a breakdown. Maybe you had a tire problem or a mechanical problem. What is that dream telling you? One way to understand it is to bring that dream into your waking life. Okay, let's imagine in my real life I am driving, and maybe I'm traveling to from Lagos to Ibadan, or maybe from New York to New Jersey, and my car had a breakdown, a mechanical breakdown, a tire breakdown. What is that telling you? Okay, that is one way to understand dream. What is it telling me? I'm driving. Car symbolizes our life journey. Our life journey. So if you're having a dream that your car broke down, that means in your life journey you're about to suffer a breakdown. You're about to suffer like an hindrance or a delay. So God is giving you instruction. God is giving you that dream to instruct you that in your life journey, probably you're currently having a delay, or you're having an hindrance, or something is hindering you, or something will hinder you. So God is telling you in advance so that you can prepare yourself by praying, by putting in hard work in that season, in that time of your life, so that you don't suffer breakdown, so that you don't suffer delays or hindrance in your life. So that is also another way you can understand your dream. The next one is God speaks. Dreams speaks of the future. Another way to understand our dream is dream will always point to the future. Dreams, when Joseph wanted to when God called Joseph to be when he's calling him to become a prime minister of a country that is Egypt, God gave him a dream, and in that dream God showed him that your mother, which is the moon symbolizes the dream. Now let me even talk about this. The moon signifies in dreams. We said that the dreams are signs and symbols. The moon signifies mother, while the sun in dream signifies the father. The stars signifies brothers, your brothers, while half moon will signify sisters. So he saw 11 stars, which are the 11 brothers. He saw the moon, which is the father. He saw the sun, which is the father. He saw the moon, which is the mother, bowing down to him. It doesn't make sense. Why on earth will the sun bow down to you? God is just using that sign of the sun to show you father. He's using the moon to show you your mother. He's showing the stars to show you. It doesn't make sense that the sun bowing down to a son will never bow to a man. Neither will moon nor star bow down to a man. But God has just used like a symbol that your father, your mom, your brothers, they are going to bow down. You're going to be a place. You're going to be a place of power, in a place of authority, and they are going to come bowing down to you. So that is the future. That is God speaking to Joseph concerning his future. That's why they always have children. What do you dream to become in the future? What do you want to be? Some said I want to be a policeman. Some said I want to be a leader. Some said I want to be a political scientist. Some said I want to be a journalist. Some said I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a surgeon. Speaking of the future, dreams point us to the future. So a Bible reference was in Genesis chapter 41 verse 25. And Joseph said to Pharaoh, the dream of Pharaoh is one. Remember, Pharaoh had two dreams. God has showed Pharaoh what he is about to do. So one way to understand dream is dream speaks of the future. That is God preparing you for the things that lie ahead of you. That is the fifth way to understand dream. The sixth one is when our dream is repetitive. That once you keep having a dream over and over again. Maybe you slept this week, you had the same dream that something is chasing you. Next week also, you also have the dream that something is chasing you. That is when you are meant to take that dream serious, because when dream is being repetitive, when you're having the same dream over and over again, it means that dream has been settled and is bound to happen. It has been established and settled by God in heaven, and that dream is destined to happen. That's why I always tell people, you should know when you have dream, you should know when to bind the dream, you should know when to pray, and you should know when to prepare. There are some dreams you are not meant to pray. Imagine Joseph telling Pharaoh that your dream of 7 years of farming, 7 years of abundance and 7 years of farming. Now let us declare a fast, a 7 days fasting and prayer. Let us pray to God that the dream, that the farming should not come. It will be very foolish of Joseph to interpret that dream in that manner. So dreams that are being repetitive is showing you that God, that purpose to which God showed you that dream has been settled and will come to pass. So the Bible reference for this is Genesis 41 verse 32. And for that dream, guys, Joseph was telling Pharaoh, and for that dream you had been double unto you. It is because this thing is established by God, and God will surely bring it to pass. So when you keep having the dream over and over again, that is God telling you that this thing, I am determined to do it in your life. Once you keep having the dream over and over again, what God is just showing to you is this thing has been established in heaven, and it will come to pass shortly. So take note when you are having a repetitive dream, that if you are having the same dream over and over and again. So you should know to interrupt. You should know when you should rebuke a dream. You should know when you should take decisions. You should know when you should take instructions or wisdom from the dream. You should know when you are meant to prepare yourself through a dream. You are not meant, at times, when God shows you a dream, you are just meant to just accept it and incorporate it in your major life decisions. Not just binding. It's common among Christians. Even among Christians, they'll say, I had a dream, the devil showed me a dream. It's very incorrect and inappropriate for you to say the devil is showing you a dream. The devil doesn't have the power to show you a dream. So when dream is repetitive in your life, when you keep having the same dream over and over again in your life, it only means one thing, that this dream is sure. That is, God has determined to bring this thing to pass in your life. So the last one is number 7 is God will speak your language. In earlier I've established that dreams are dark speeches. That is, God is a coded language through which God speaks to people, and it kind of incorporates signs, symbols, figures, emotions to communicate God's thoughts to you. So God will speak your own language, not his own language. For an instance, someone in Africa, someone in Nigeria, for an instance, having a dream of a cat, will be quite different from someone who is in America or London having a dream of a cat. In Africa, the African mentality, once you see, we associate cats to witchcraft, to evil, to monitoring spirit. That's the kind of what cat symbolizes mostly. And most people that have cats as pets in Nigeria, they always seen as mystical people, and they always seen as mysterious or maybe witch. Maybe they use those cats at night to monitor people or to perpetrate their evil works in the night. But in America, it is normal, it's common for everyone to have pets, and most of the pets they have is cats. It is even common for someone to even have a snake as a pet. But in Nigeria, snakes and cats it have a negative sign. It signifies something negative. It symbolizes something negative. So if God is communicating to someone in America using a cat, it's more likely to carry a positive meaning than to a person living in Nigeria. Let me also give another instance. For an instance, I said God will communicate to you in your language, in your own language. For me, basically, I don't like dogs. I find dog as scary. I'm always scared of dogs. Pardon, don't mind me. But to someone that is familiar, that likes dogs, some people like dogs. They have dogs as pets. They grew up in a house that they have different breeds of dogs, so they are used to dogs. If God is communicating to such person, dog in a dream would mean like a friend. But to me, God will never use a dog to me in a dream to mean a friend, because I don't even like your dog. So you can understand that. If now for an instant, the common theme, village people, among Christians, they even pray that all my village people, it's common among Christians and among Nigerians, village people, like people doing you from the village, like people throwing arrows to you from the village, is common. So for an instant, me, I'm not from a village. I was born and bred in Lagos State. I'm from Lagos Island. So a village can never be one of the language through which God will speak to me. I've never in my life had a dream that I went back to a village or that I went to a village, because it is not in my dream language. It is not in my dream symbols or sign. Now, someone who is from maybe Delta State or maybe from Kogi State, that comes from a village in Kogi State or in Delta State and is living in Lagos. Now, if you see yourself moving back to the village, it will mean something to you. But God cannot use that to communicate an idea to me, because I'm not from a village. So you can see, dreams, God speaks your own language. The way God will speak to me will be quite different to the way God will speak to you, because things mean different things to different people. Although in culture, God will use the culture also. That's why I said in our culture, we always see cats as evil. We always see snakes as evil. But in the American culture or in the English people culture, it is a normal thing for people to have snakes as pets. It's a normal thing for people to have cats as pets. So God at times uses the culture, the language of your culture, the language of where you are to communicate to you. So those are the 7 ways to understand your dreams. If you want to know more, I'll be holding a course on dreams and dream interpretation. If you want to be a part of it, you can just write to me. I'll put my email on the comment section below the video, so you can enroll for it, for a better way to understand dreams, to interpret dreams. I'll be teaching about what dream is. I'll be telling you more about the dreams. I'll be telling you more about dreams. I'll be telling you about interpretation of dreams, how to interpret dreams, how to get instructions and knowledge and wisdom from dreams. So those are the 7 ways to understand dreams. Remember, every dream that God gives to you has a meaning. There's no dream that is without meaning, except you're just all of these people just have this kind of funny dream. I have a weird dream. Maybe you just see yourself in dream. They call them foolish dreams. Maybe you just see yourself in dream. You went to ShopRite, and from ShopRite you went to see a movie, and there are some dreams that doesn't make sense. But every dream that God gives to you has a meaning, and for you to know the meaning of any dreams, you must understand a dream enough for you to know the meaning. That is, if you don't understand the symbols, dream symbols, dream signs, the figures, the emotions, all put together will enable you to understand a dream. Now, on the last note, I'd like to take a look at Daniel chapter 1 verse 17. As for the 4 children, God gave them knowledge and skill. As for the 4 children, God gave them knowledge and skill in all learning and wisdom. So now take a look at the verse. And they picked Daniel separately from the 3 boys. You know, it said the 4 kids, the 4 children, God gave them skills in all learning and wisdom. But Daniel was singled out over these four children because Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams. So God can give you understanding. God can give you to understand dreams. And by the grace of God, I have this wonderful understanding from God to be able to understand dreams and vision. I can, if you have any dream, maybe based on what I've taught you today, you still cannot interpret your dream, just write to me. I'll put my email in the comment section below. Write to me. I will get back to you and I will interpret your dream and tell you what God is talking or saying to you in your life. Remember Jeremiah 29 verse 11. For I, the Lord God, know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord your God, thought of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. If God has thoughts to you, if God has thoughts towards you, God can express these thoughts to you in signs, in symbols, in figures, in dreams. That these dreams are where God expresses his thoughts to you in dreams and in dark spaces. Thank you for your time. I trust this teaching has been a blessing to you. God bless you, and I pray that God gives you understanding in all the dreams that you're going to have in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you and goodbye.